Let's be honest. How many times have you held back on something you wanted to do because you were afraid of what people might think? How often do you replay conversations in your head, worrying about whether you sounded smart enough, funny enough, or confident enough? What if I told you that the opinions of others don't matter nearly as much as you think they do? And that the great Stoic philosophers, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, had already figured this out over 2,000 years ago. The Stoics believed that caring too much about other people's opinions is a form of self-imprisonment. They mastered the art of indifference to judgment, criticism, and praise. And in today's world, where social media, peer pressure, and public scrutiny are everywhere, their wisdom is more relevant than ever. By the end of this video, you'll understand why Stoics didn't care what others thought, and more importantly, how you can apply their philosophy to break free from approval-seeking and start living on your own terms. Before we begin, ask yourself this. Have you ever changed your opinion or decision just to fit in? Do you ever hesitate to post, say, or do something because you're afraid of judgment? How much mental energy do you waste worrying about how others perceive you? If any of that resonates with you, then this video is exactly what you need. Let's begin. Section 1. Why do we care so much? First, let's answer the big question. Why do we care so much about what other people think? It's not your fault. Our brains are wired this way. Thousands of years ago, being part of a tribe meant survival. If you were cast out, you'd be left to fend for yourself in the wild, which back then basically meant a death sentence. Even today, this ancient survival instinct still operates in the background of our minds. But the reality is, you won't die if someone dislikes you. You won't be exiled if you have an unpopular opinion. And your worth isn't defined by social validation. But despite knowing this logically, our emotions still cling to approval like a life raft. The Stoics knew this, and they had a powerful way of dealing with it. Section 2. What Marcus Aurelius knew that others don't. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, had more eyes on him than almost anyone in history. His every decision was judged, analyzed, and criticized. And yet he wrote to himself in Meditations, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own." Think about that for a second. You live with yourself 100% of the time, yet you put more weight on what someone else who might know you for 5 minutes thinks about you. You are the only person who truly understands your struggles, dreams, and values. Yet you let strangers dictate your self-worth. Marcus Aurelius understood something crucial. Most people are too busy thinking about themselves to be thinking about you. Interactive challenge. For the next 24 hours, every time you catch yourself worrying about what someone else thinks, remind yourself, they're not thinking about me as much as I think they are. Write down how many times this happens. You'll be shocked. Section 3. The illusion of control. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. Some things are within your control, and some things are not. Epictetus, guess what's not in your control? Other people's opinions. No matter what you do, some people will like you, some will dislike you, and most won't care at all. Let's take an example. Imagine you walk into a room wearing a bright yellow jacket. One person thinks, "Wow, that's stylish." Another thinks, "That's way too flashy." A third person doesn't even notice. Did the jacket change? No, only the perception of others changed. Their opinions were never about you. They were about them. This is why the Stoics detach themselves from praise and criticism alike, because both are just external noise. Section 4. How to stop caring what others think. So how do you actually stop caring what people think? Here are 4 powerful Stoic techniques. Number 1. Negative visualization. The worst-case scenario exercise. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization, to prepare their minds for the worst. Ask yourself, what if people judge me? What's the worst that can happen? Most of the time, the answer is nothing significant. You post an opinion online and someone disagrees. You move on. You wear an outfit some people don't like. You still exist. Once you mentally prepare for criticism, it loses its power over you. Number 2, the 80-20 rule. Most people don't care. Here's a secret. 80% of people aren't even paying attention to you. They're too busy worrying about their own lives. The person at the gym, focused on their workout. The people at a party, thinking about what they should say next. The stranger on the street, probably scrolling through their phone. Once you realize most people don't care, you free yourself from overthinking. Number 3, adopt the memento mori mindset. The Stoics constantly reminded themselves, you will die one day. It sounds dark, but it's actually liberating. Because when you remember that life is short, the fear of judgment fades. Would you rather live your life true to yourself or constantly adjust based on others' opinions? At the end of your life, whose opinion will matter? Theirs or yours? The answer is obvious. Number 4, focus on virtue, not validation. Stoics lived by 4 key virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. Ask yourself, am I acting according to my virtues? If the answer is yes, other people's opinions don't matter. Be free. Think like a Stoic. The moment you stop caring about the opinions of others, you reclaim your freedom. You become confident, not because everyone approves of you, but because you approve of yourself. You become fearless, because rejection no longer defines you. You become truly powerful, because your happiness is no longer dependent on external validation. So here's the final question. Will you choose to live by the opinions of others or by your own principles? If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. What's one fear of judgment you're letting go of today? Remember, a free mind is a strong mind. See you in the next video.